you know?
Aye, well, you could always pay in kind.
Well, with two of us looking, we might find it.
I remember us getting together, talking about this thing, and not actually sitting around the table, but not reading it, just talking about it, which again was, different, for me, because generally it was always about the words, and suddenly it was the words are maybe not that important. The words will become important, but you need to understand what this thing is about first. Then she brought in not so much actors necessarily, but people who were interested in acting. And what was important for Antonia was people who understood homelessness. And what was even better for Antonia is if they actually were or had been, in fact, homeless. So suddenly, we went to this rehearsal room somewhere in London, I can't remember where it was, and it was suddenly filled with kids, basically, that had been through some pretty bad stuff in their life, So we set up these improvisations. She would say, well, this is Robert, he's playing Nasty, he's this guy, that's what he's like, and this is how you feel about him, and blah, blah. Off you go. And of course, these kids would just go, just run all over me, So I'm trying to kind of shout at them and being angry and swearing and stuff like that. No, they don't care, They've seen a lot tougher than me, So it wasn't working. I don't blame the kids, but they're not listening to a word that I'm saying here, and there's nothing that we're not able to kind of structure any kind of scene at all unless they're going to listen, And so, but again, typical Antonia, she said, well, what do you want to do? I was like, I don't know. And I said, well, I've never been homeless, I've been close to it, but I've never been homeless, so maybe I should try that. And I knew roughly, where homeless people gathered, which was just grim existence. There was a couple of really dodgy moments, that happened during it, and terrible stuff, I remember I only did the begging thing a couple of times because I hated it, and I hated the thought, and that was interesting. It shows you how horrible it is for anybody who has to do that, because I'm sure my thoughts about it and their thoughts about it are exactly the same.
I've got to get one of the machines, credit card machine.
What you need is contactless payment.
Aye.
So does everybody...
I remember sitting in Hungerford Bridge at Charing Cross, end of it. And I had a wee piece of card saying homeless and hungry. And I would sit there, and like a whole day went by just about, and I think there was about 50 pence or something had been thrown on, along with lots of spit as well, and like 2 or 3 people went by. I'm sitting there and just went, spat, and it hit me, I was like, again. That was harsh, So it gives you an indication, of what it was about. So it helped, and Antonia, she obviously loved this. She lapped this up. She thought this was great, telling her my stories,